everyone, and welcome back to English Channel. I'm Emily, and I'm so excited to be here with you all today.
And I'm Paul. It's great to be back, Emily. We have a fantastic topic for you all today. Something that touches everyone's lives, especially now.
That's right, Paul. Before we dive into our super interesting topic, we have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying our podcasts, please hit that like button. Share this episode with your friends who are learning English. And most importantly, subscribe to English Channel so you don't miss any of our new episodes. Your support really helps us grow.
Absolutely. Every like, share, and subscribe helps us create more amazing content for you. So thank you in advance for helping us out.
Okay, Paul, today's topic is something we all use every single day, sometimes without even thinking about it. Technology as a way of life. And we're going to explore a very specific and helpful part of that. How using apps can help you learn English.
Oh, I love this topic, Emily. Technology has changed so much, hasn't it? It's not just for work or complicated things anymore. It's part of how we relax, how we communicate, and yes, how we learn.
Exactly. Think about it, Paul. Just a few years ago, if you wanted to learn English, you probably had to go to a physical school, buy a lot of heavy books, and maybe listen to some audio CDs. Now, you can pull out your phone, open an app, and start learning right away. It's truly amazing how accessible learning has become.
It really is. I remember when I was first trying to learn a second language, which was Spanish for me, I used to carry around a small dictionary. If I heard a new word, I'd stop, pull out the dictionary, and look it up. It was quite a process. Now, with a translation app on your phone, it's instant. You can even speak into it.
That's a perfect example, Paul. And it's not just about translation. Technology has integrated into our lives in so many subtle ways. From setting alarms, checking the weather, ordering food, or even finding your way around a new city, technology is always there, helping us. It's truly a way of life now, not just a tool.
And for English learners, this is fantastic news, because if technology is everywhere, that means there are more opportunities to use English in real-life situations, even if you're just interacting with an app. Many apps are designed in English first, so you're already getting exposure.
That's a brilliant point, Paul. Even if you're not actively using an English learning app, just navigating your phone settings or using social media apps can expose you to English vocabulary and phrases. It's a passive way of learning that adds up over time. Think about the common terms you see: settings, notifications, share, like, comment, follow. These are all English words you learn just by using your phone.
And these words become second nature. You don't even think of them as English words anymore, do you? They're just what you click. That's the beauty of integrating English into your daily life through technology. It makes learning feel less like studying and more like just living.
Absolutely. And when we talk about actively using apps to learn English, the options are endless now. There are apps for vocabulary, for grammar, for listening, for speaking, for reading. You can find an app for almost anything you want to improve.
Let's talk about some of the most popular types of apps, Emily. I think one of the first things many learners look for are vocabulary building apps. Apps like Anki, Quizlet, or even simple flashcard apps can be incredibly effective.
Yes, vocabulary apps are fantastic for building your word bank. They often use spaced repetition, which is a clever way of showing you words just when you're about to forget them. This helps move the words from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. It's like having a smart tutor who knows exactly when to remind you of a word.
And the great thing about these apps is that you can often create your own flashcards. So if you're reading an English book or watching an English movie and you come across new words, you can quickly add them to your app and review them later. It personalizes the learning experience.
That's a really valuable tip, Paul. Personalization is key. When you're learning words that are relevant to your interests, you're much more likely to remember them. For example, if you love cooking, you can create flashcards with English cooking terms. If you love sports, you can learn sports vocabulary.
Beyond vocabulary, grammar is often a challenge for English learners. But there are some amazing apps out there that make grammar practice fun, almost like a game. Apps like Duolingo, for instance, blend grammar lessons with interactive exercises.
Duolingo is a great example of gamified learning. You earn points, you level up, you compete with friends. It makes learning feel less like a chore and more like a game. This can be really motivating, especially on days when you don't feel like studying. The small, digestible lessons are perfect for fitting into a busy schedule, too. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference.
Yes, and that's a crucial point, Emily. The accessibility of these apps means you can learn anywhere, anytime. On your commute, during your lunch break, even waiting in line at the supermarket. Those small pockets of time add up.
Absolutely. And speaking of speaking, many learners feel shy about practicing their English speaking skills. But technology can help with that too. There are apps that connect you with native English speakers for language exchange, like HelloTalk or Tandem.
These language exchange apps are brilliant. You can find a native English speaker who wants to learn your language, and you can teach each other. It's a win-win situation. You get to practice speaking in a real conversation, get feedback, and even make new friends from around the world. It's like having a global pen pal, but for speaking.
And the pressure is often lower than in a classroom setting. You're talking one-on-one, and the other person is also a learner, so they understand the challenges. Plus, you can often do voice messages or video calls, which is even more authentic.
Some apps even use AI to help with pronunciation. You can speak a phrase, and the app will analyze your pronunciation and give you feedback on where you can improve. This is super helpful because sometimes it's hard to hear your own mistakes.
That's fascinating, Paul. The advancements in AI for language learning are truly impressive. It's like having a private pronunciation coach right in your pocket. This kind of immediate feedback is so valuable for correcting habits early on.
What about listening skills, Emily? How can apps help with that?
For listening, there are many options. Of course, you can listen to our podcast on Mr. English channel. But beyond that, many apps offer audio lessons, dialogues, and stories at different levels. Some news apps also have audio versions of articles, which is great for combining reading and listening. And of course, YouTube is a fantastic resource, as are streaming services with English movies and TV shows.
That's a great point. Even just listening to English music or podcasts, like this one, is a form of learning. You're immersing yourself in the sounds and rhythms of the language. Many apps allow you to control the playback speed too, which is very helpful for beginners. You can start slow and gradually increase the speed as you get more comfortable.
Yes, controlling the speed is a game changer for listening practice. It allows you to really focus on individual words and phrases without feeling overwhelmed. And then, once you feel confident, you can try listening at normal speed.
And for reading, there are apps with graded readers, which are books written specifically for English learners with simplified vocabulary and grammar. There are also news apps that provide simplified articles. Reading on your phone or tablet is very convenient.
Reading apps are fantastic because they often have built-in dictionaries. If you come across a word you don't know, you can just tap on it, and the definition will appear. This saves so much time and makes reading much less frustrating. You don't have to stop your flow to grab a dictionary.
So, Emily, if someone is just starting out and wants to use apps to learn English, what would be your top advice?
My top advice would be to start small and be consistent. Don't try to download 10 different apps at once and feel overwhelmed. Choose one or two that you think will be most helpful for your current goals. Maybe one for vocabulary and one for grammar.
That's a great tip. Consistency is truly key. Even 15 minutes a day using an app is much more effective than one long session once a week. Little by little, you build up your skills.
And make it a habit. Try to incorporate app-based learning into your daily routine. Maybe while you're waiting for your coffee to brew or before you go to bed. Find a time that works for you and stick to it. Treat it like a small, fun activity rather than a chore.
Also, don't be afraid to try different apps until you find what works best for you. What one person finds effective, another might not. There are so many options, so explore and see what fits your learning style.
Exactly. Some people love gamified apps. Others prefer a more traditional flashcard approach. It's all about finding what keeps you motivated and engaged. And remember, these apps are tools. They are there to help you, not to replace real-life interaction or other forms of learning. They complement your learning journey.
That's a crucial distinction. Apps are excellent for practice and reinforcement, but they shouldn't be your only source of learning. Try to combine them with watching English movies, listening to English music, reading English books, and whenever possible, speaking with native speakers.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Apps are a safe space to practice and experiment. You can repeat exercises as many times as you need without feeling embarrassed. That's one of their biggest advantages. It's a low-pressure environment for trial and error.
So, in summary, technology has truly transformed how we live, and that includes how we learn. English learning apps offer incredible flexibility, personalization, and accessibility, making it easier than ever to build your English skills.
Absolutely. From vocabulary to grammar, listening to speaking, there's an app out there to help you on your journey. So, embrace technology, make it your friend in learning English, and see how much progress you can make.
Well, Emily, this has been a really insightful conversation. I hope our listeners are feeling inspired to open up their app stores.
I hope so too, Paul. And to all our wonderful listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to English Channel. We truly appreciate your support.
Before you go, remember to like this episode, share it with your friends who are learning English, and please, please, please subscribe to our channel.
And we'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite apps for learning English? Do you have any tips for using technology to improve your language skills? Leave us a comment below and let us know. We love reading your messages and getting your feedback.
Your comments help us know what topics you're interested in, and they also help other learners discover new resources. So, share your thoughts.
That's all for today's episode of English Channel. We'll be back soon with another exciting topic to help you on your English learning journey.
See you next time, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep using those apps.
Bye for now.
Take care.